How do you feel?
Great. Yeah, I feel much lighter, walk better than I was before the treatment. The ankle, notice a lot of changes there. There's not much tighten around the ankles anymore. And yesterday we went to the mall yesterday, and that was the first time in 7 years that I managed to walk around the mall over an hour without stopping. And normally after 10-15 minutes I'm buffed and I want to sit down, but didn't really need it yesterday, so it was really, really good. And with the arm itself, I find it a lot lighter as well, and not as heavy as it used to be. And I can move it freely on the bed and do arm extension on the bed without trying to lift it up and struggle with carrying all that weight. And it's moving freely now. And yeah,
Are you happy you've come?
Oh yes, definitely.
Was it
yeah.
worth it to you?
Yes, yeah, for sure. I mean, for me now, I can just get on with things without worrying about how the day's going to plan out, because now I know the day that I had the treatment, we walk back to the hotel. And the day before we came here, I was holding on to my husband on the way here, walking here. And then on the way back, I didn't do any of that. And I was managed to do look around the surrounding where I normally don't do that. I'm constant to make sure that I don't fall over. But after the treatment, I didn't really think about that. I was just, I don't know, maybe over the moon, I don't know, on air, I don't know, but it was just definitely different after the treatment. So now I walk around and I don't even think about it, where before I used to think about all the time. So I'm just, for me, I'm hoping that it's not going to worn out, this treatment for me, because it's definitely made a big difference for myself. So, and I don't know, my husband could say.
Wonderful. That's just wonderful to hear.
Please count from 1 to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
How did that feel?
Good.
Was it different from before?
Yes.
It was? And how so?
Didn't really have to think.
Ah. Okay. So that's different than normal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you count backwards from 10?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is that different?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's way better.
Way better. Aha. I did like that. So we already have a therapeutic response. It's about 2.5 minutes.
The man and his 2 sweethearts. A middle-aged man whose hair had begun to turn grey courted two women at the same time. One of them was young and the other well advanced in years. The elder woman, ashamed to be courted by a man younger than herself, made a point, whenever her admirer visited her, to pull out some portion of his black hairs. The younger, on the contrary, not wishing to become the wife of an old man, was equally zealous in removing every grey hair she could find. Thus it came to pass that between them both he very soon found that he had not a hair left on his head. Those who seek to please everybody please nobody. The man and his two sweethearts. A middle-aged man whose hair had begun to turn grey courted two women at the same time. One of them was young and the other well advanced in years. The elder woman, ashamed to be courted by a man younger than herself, made a point, whenever her admirer visited her, to pull out some portion of his black hair. The younger, on the contrary, not wishing to become the wife of an old man, was equally zealous in removing every grey hair she could find. Thus it came to pass that between them both he very soon found that he had not a hair left on his head. Those who seek to please everybody please nobody.
44.
Wonderful.
Okay, there's a boy flying a kite and people having a picnic, and also there's a dog there as well, people playing in the water and people on boats in the water as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you tell us?
Can you see the picture right in front of you?
Mm-hmm.
Describe it as best as you can. Everything that you see in that picture. Everything as best as you can. You have a minute.
Right.
Whenever you want to start.
Okay. Right. I can see a family car parked out the front of the house, and also the couple having a picnic. The wife's pouring either wine or drinks. The father's reading a book. And then there's the son flying a kite and the family dog by the son, and another kid playing in the water, and other kids in the sea on the boat, and also there's the flag and the tree. Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
So today, whilst having breakfast, we thought we'd try it sitting up just to see if you could do it. And granted, the grip strength is not as great, and but she can still locate, come down onto the finger, hold, lift without probably not quite as much grip as when she's lying down. Lift my arm up, let it down again, release, and do the same process again.
And how different is that from what she could do before the perispinal etanercept injection?
Couldn't do any of that. It was just a fist. I literally had to prise each finger open one by one.
Okay.
Yeah.
With
no release movement at all. So.
Is this something that you were expecting?
No, not at all. We weren't hoping for that. We were hoping for an improvement in her walk, which was the main objective of the treatment. And
have you gotten that?
We have got that indeed. Great improvement. No lifting of the hip or anything like that. Not quite a normal walk, but pretty close to it.
Are you happy you've come from New Zealand?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no doubt at all. Very pleased for her, really. I mean, it's Farley that has to live with this impediment, and so she's just so happy with what we've achieved. So, yeah, no regrets at all.
You're aware there are many people and that are skeptical that this could even happen.
Yeah, for sure.
You have anything to say to that?
I was a bit skeptical too. I mean, it's like anything else. Anything new, I guess, you question it. You know, is it going to work? Well, there's no questioning it now. I've seen it for myself. So I mean, you know, huge improvement, and it's just made her happier. But the walking is just the big thing, because before it was getting very difficult for her to walk any distance whatsoever. And now, as we mentioned earlier, we went shopping in the mall and came back with 2 great big bags full of stuff, and she was doing it for well over an hour and was still not tired or complaining of anything at all.